Hi, everyone. Welcome to All About
Hey,
the Joy. Cynthia, hello.
Hello, hello.
Rick, as always, how are you, my friend?
good, good. How are you?
Good. We're having, as always, this is just part of our show now. Technical difficulties. So I do have to say
Hmm.
something because Restream had me go onto a private Restream studio thing that they're doing because I've been having so many issues. And that's what I used also last time. And it's the same thing, like where I can't see any of you
Hmm.
if you come up. So I'm just saying it because they're going to watch this and then I have to edit it all out if I use these clips or whatever. So I apologize. But Cynthia, how are you?
I'm okay. I don't know if you heard the news about Teresa's aunt.
Is this a personal thing? Like you
No,
know we're live,
well,
right?
the aunt in New Orleans passed away yesterday.
I'm so sorry. I don't know who that is. Is that
I
the
know.
Tina person?
Aunt Ruby.
Oh, that's an important person to her. Yeah.
Yeah. She was 101 though, so I mean, she looked
Wow.
alike.
Hey Alma, how are
Alma.
you? How you doing? Yeah, 101. See, that's some good life living.
Yeah,
That family has some genes, dog.
they
Man,
do. They do.
I'm just saying. Well, I'm sorry for your loss because you know them, right? Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
you know Miss Ruby, right? Is that her name?
yeah. I call her Aunt Ruby.
Aunt Ruby. Okay. I'm just okay. So people are all like, "What is wrong with Carmen? I thought that was her cousin." Like, hey Mario.
Hey, Mario.
So just to reiterate how things work in the Carmen Bush family bush, because we ain't got no tree, okay? um, uh, there are people related to Cynthia who are not really related to me, and I've never met them.
She's not really related to me either. She's
Oh,
related to
okay.
my sisters.
Yeah, okay.
Mm.
You know what? We're not gonna do the whole 23andMe Bush weed thingamajiggy here,
That's why
but
it's not a tree, it's a bush.
Hey,
it's a
Melanie.
bush. Hey, Melanie, how are you? How are you? Um, well, okay. Well, I'm sorry for your loss of
Yes.
your aunt Ruby. But 101 is amazing,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
amazing. And from
I
what I
know.
understood, she had everything together. I mean, she
She
was
sure
not.
did. She
Oh,
sure
that's the
did.
best part.
She
Oh
was
yeah,
on point.
and her son spoiled her and made sure she had everything. So she was good. She was in good hands.
See, this
That's
is why
awesome.
I should have had children. This is my only thing I'm worried about. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I'm like, I love all my godchildren. You know, you my heart. You're all my favorite. I'm just saying. Because I want to be like 95 and be thought of in the way in which these family members were thought of. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
yeah. So, Rick, how are you doing? How was your week?
So, all right. Work was not too bad. Mom was a different story, but that is what it is. So, we had a little incident in the bathtub right when the nurse came, but we got her out, and so yeah. But work wasn't too bad. At least it was an easier work week, so that was good. I want to know if Alma if she got some ice cream.
Ah! Well, we'll wait for her to answer that. Okay.
Ice cream. I said ice cream.
I know that was such a great clip. Actually, there were quite a few clips that got a lot of interest from people that I've never noticed before, and that one was one of the biggest ones. You know,
I bet.
so we definitely want to give a shout out to Chris Gales, who we love, and I'm always so appreciative when he's on the show. But even just chatting with him back and forth on Instagram or whatever, he's just always so kind and pleasant, and always gives a shout out to my
Hmm.
show. I just think that's nice. I mean, it's absolutely unnecessary, but I appreciate it so much,
Yeah.
but he brings me such joy as well.
And he's
So
a wealth of knowledge with trivia. I was like, oh wow, this
Yeah.
dude knows a lot. Oh, excuse me. Alma had a
oh,
double
oh,
helping. Okay. Okay.
okay, well, hello. I don't even know what to say to that. Goodness gracious. This is a G-rated. It's not, right? It's so not
And there's the
G-rated.
show.
It's a pain in the butt show sometimes. We skim a little bit too much. You know what? Okay, so I have a sorry, technical question, everyone. Technical question. So Rick, I can see way too much of all the guests on this side. Oh, clearly not enough because I was missing my sister girl.
Andrea's in the building.
I was like,
I'm so sorry. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Wow. How long were you down there? You know what? My mic is where your face was.
Not that long, but I was just about to leave a message and be like, yo.
Hey, why are we in darkness? Are we in... It's very sexy.
I know. I was going to ask, is there a blackout?
I got one of the, okay, my light's not plugged in, so okay.
Oh,
it looks like it's
I got
outer
one of
space
those
behind her.
circle things.
Oh, okay, circle.
A ring light?
Yes,
Ring
thank
light.
you.
Ring light, yeah.
So
I'm just using that, and my other light is unplugged. So
that was so cute. One of those circle things. Yeah. So it's always great to have the light. I mean, I think we all have that on us. Well, me and Rick do. I know. I don't know if Cynthia does. Cynthia just has beautiful lighting. It's her aura as she walks in the room, right? You know what I mean? But you do have to have light on behind you, not behind you, but above you. I'm just saying.
I don't have a light in here other than the one that's on my desk that is currently unplugged. So this is it, girl.
Okay, well, I'm gonna take you as I can have you.
Like really intense interviews where you like ask me questions and do like a really big close up, and I'm like,
right, exactly. Hey, but your clip that I did, and see, this is because you're not on social media. The clip I did with you, and we talking about student loans. So much information, so much people, and people DMing me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was surprised. People sending me direct messages. Like somebody from UVM was like, we love UVM. Oh, wait a minute. You know what? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm seeing that my internet, see, Restream, you're making me mad.
Everything's good here.
I know, but you know what? I'm noticing that my what do you call it? The wave, like not the wave, the thing that bars.
Signal strength.
Yeah. The signal strength is going in and out.
Okay, but so far you look good.
All right, I'm just saying. Yeah. Anyways, I'm just not happy. Like I don't want to see that either. I don't want to see reconnecting. I don't want to see bars. I'm just saying it's a lot of ridiculousness. You know what I mean? For like
for the money you're paying.
The money I'm paying, and also I'm not even doing anything. Like I don't even try to do like let's share a screen. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I'm not even doing that anymore. So anyways, if I go out, we go out. I don't know, but I think they're also trying to help because they know my subscription is up, and I'm probably not going to resubscribe because I'm so disappointed. Anyways, people are talking to me about student loans and about scholarships and grants and. There's Jeff, who is one of my Facebook friends, somebody I went to college with at UVM, and he was talking about how he thinks UVM did a great job with grants and helping people. And I was like, that's your experience. I'm so happy for you. You know?
Like, hats off to them.
I know. I was like, so glad.
I still owe $40,000.
Exactly. So yeah, so it really sparked some conversations, and thank you for doing the private.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's something that a whole lot of people are dealing with, and unfortunately, our stories are not unique. So it's
they're not. And for people who are wondering what we're talking about, Andrea and I did a private lounge last week, and I posted it on the podcast, and also it's on YouTube. I forget the name of it, but I put Andrea's picture and mine up there so you could see it, and you could go check it out. We were going to talk about makeup tips. We kind of got to it at the end.
At the end.
I don't. You kept saying that, but it was the question that you sent me was, "What would you tell your 20-year-old self?" And you said it could be anything,
and then
which of course would include sunscreen and all of that sort of thing. But
I did the whole list. I was thinking about when you were okay. So here we go. We're gonna go down a little avenue I wasn't planning on going on, but so there was a time. It's happened several times, but the one I remember the most was Andrea was at my other apartment. This was years and years and years ago, and I don't know. I had bread out, and I was trying to cut bread with like a regular, what I think is a regular knife, because I know it's gonna be shocking to so many people. I am not a cook. I don't want to cook. I don't even care about cooking at all, right? And she came over to me and she was like, Carmen, I don't care what you do. You said it gently and kindly. You said it gently and kindly. Because I was taking this beautiful, fresh loaf of bread from wherever she had bought it. And it was smushing. And she goes, I don't care what you do. You need to use what's it called? A serrated knife. Right?
Yeah.
Serrated.
A serrated knife.
A serrated knife to cut bread always. She's like, I don't care if you use one of the dinner ones, whatever, but never use this big like machete knife, whatever the hell.
The chef's knife. It was like this little
and here's the thing, like, I mean, of course, like, of course that makes sense, but I never knew that. Like, it's one of those things where I have these moments where I realize I really didn't grow up with a mom or with somebody teaching me even these small, like, and I know everyone who's listening to this or watching this is like, okay, you're a fucking idiot. You know what I mean? Like, but so many times that's happened with you, Andrea, that you would show me how to do different things. So that's why I think I had come up with, and then we were talking about eyebrows the other day, because even though I know my eyebrows, I mean, now I know my eyebrows are fine. I'm not going to touch
your eyebrows look fabulous. I was thinking about your eyebrows even before you brought this up. So I just want to tell you that.
So here's the thing. I think my eyebrows are horrible, but after Andrea explained some things to me about eyebrows and what she went through and what she does and why she does it, I was like, okay, I'm fine. I'm good. I'm just going to put a little filler in and we're done. So that's why that came up. Okay, that was too long-winded. I'm sorry.
I think we all have things like that a lot of people would say, you don't know how to do that. Like, it's common sense to them. But like, we had a flood in my house, practically Noah's Ark, I jokingly say, because one of the pipes busted from freezing. And then when it unfroze, pipe busted. And I thought I knew where to turn all the water things off. And I'm twisting everything. And then I literally had to call a fireman because I was like, I don't know what to do. And then I found out it's just this teeny little switch you're just going to turn a quarter. And I'm like, are you serious? Why did my father never tell me this?
Yeah.
Like, come on, parents,
like,
step
I'm
it up.
gonna build a small fire out back just to make this worth your time.
Yeah.
Oh my God, there's a cat in the tree over there. I've done that before, Rick. I didn't know either. So don't feel bad. But like, I mean, if you don't know, you don't know.
Yeah.
Everyone has those things. If you don't know, you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I felt so grateful. Like, and like, I remember you thinking I was over the top, crazy psyched about learning it. But still, it still sticks with me today. It's still a thing, you know? So I'm going to segue into this other thing, because this just happened to me this week. And it was one of the questions I sent, which was, I have something to talk about work related, not a personal, and something that gave you joy. So I was talking to a friend today, not today, I think it was Saturday or Sunday on the phone. He called me and, hey, Ash, I have wonky eyebrows and wouldn't know to turn that switch for the water either. So I feel right at home.
Welcome to the club.
Here.
Notice the only one who hasn't said one word, not because she couldn't get a word in edgewise, but because Cynthia's like, I know all this stuff. I made it laugh. I know where that is in the house for the water. And we're gonna call. Yeah, you can see who's the know-it-all in the room. Okay?
She's just gonna drop the knowledge here and there.
Right. So I had somebody, I was talking to them on the phone. Everyone knows, first of all, I talk a lot, but secondly, more importantly, I write long ass emails. If you work with me, I will send you an email and you will have all the information you need not to bother me for the rest of the fucking day till you do whatever it is you need to do. I'm not going to apologize for that. I speak the way I write the way I speak. It's very easy for me and I type really fast. Okay. However, when you're talking to a friend, especially men who have no patience, when we were having a conversation, what?
He said, sorry, Rick.
Yeah. He's like,
it wasn't Rick. I'm sorry. Sorry, it was not Rick. This was not a conversation with Rick. I am so sorry. Because Rick, you're just one of the girls, honey. I didn't even think of it. No, it was not Rick. Anyways, he kind of insinuated that he didn't read the whole email, blah, blah, which is not the first time I've heard people say that to me. Friends can get away with that. You know what I mean? So I said, you know what? Don't worry about it. I'll stop writing you long emails. It's no big deal. And he turned around and he said, and I don't know why it affected me so much, but it's the same thing, Andrea, with you, like the serrated knife thing. Like, I'm never going to fix. All he said was, keep being you. That's okay. Keep being you. We kept talking, whatever. I got off the phone. I started bawling, crying. I was like, I was like, what is wrong with me? Let me see what Astor said. I like having all the info. No need to bug the person with the million questions. Look at work-wise, my friends is a different thing. Friends, I will make amendments and, whatever. But work-wise, I'm going to do what I need to do because if you have any questions, it's all in the email, But anyway, have you guys ever had anything that happened like that where you, I don't know, are a fool with somebody because they did something for you, or I don't know, did you experience, this for me was a joyful moment when he did that. And I let him know the next day. And of course he texted me again and was just even more lovely. And I was like, I love you. And I didn't say that to him, but I was like, it just made me happy.
I do have an app called Marco Polo. It's kind of like FaceTime, but except instead of being live, it's recorded. So that way you don't have to actually be in their presence live. And so me and my best friend talking there all the time. And one thing that he does that annoys the mess out of me all the time, he goes, yeah, I'm responding back to you, but I'm going to finish listening to your message a little bit later. And then I'm like, then why'd you respond now? Just get to it when you can. And why do you do this? Or he goes through the drive. He starts to Marco Polo me. He starts to message me. Yeah, can I get a number 2? Why? You couldn't wait until you were out of the line? What are you doing?
I'm going to stick up for your friend, Rick, because if Carmen knows this about me, like, I will wait to contact people until I have like 3 hours. I'm like, okay, I'm going to call Carmen, but I need to like set aside a day because I want to get it all in. Instead of being that person who's just checking in regularly, I kind of wish I was that person who was like, hey, yeah, I'm just at the drive-thru, and, I was thinking about this. Like, it feels more conversational and in the moment and present, like he's bringing you into his life. I mean, I get what you're saying about like, I didn't finish listening to your message, but I wish I was more like that versus the way that I am, which is like, I won't talk to you for a month and a half because I don't have a 3-hour stretch to have a conversation with you.
But I appreciate that because I think I'm like Rick. I don't want you telling me you're at McDonald's and you know who used to do that all the time?
Richard. I remember you used to complain about it.
He would do that all the time. I hated that. Hi, Frida Laugh Now. That was a funny comment. Behind every great woman, there's a man pretending to listen. Why are you taking that joy away from me? No, he meant it. But yeah, I think
that's Chris. That's our the guy that told us about that song, Lemony, Lemony, Lemony. Where that song goes. Remember that Lemon song? That's Chris. He was on the show with us. Well, we didn't see his face except a picture.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right. You know what? But he changed. Was his name always Frida Laugh Now?
Yeah. That's his name on there.
Look, I'm terrible with names, and I'm also terrible with directions. I'm just, if we're ever driving together, just these are my 2 weaknesses. If I don't know you on a regular basis in my face, I'm a mess up name, so I apologize. Not really good for me to be in this business, by the way. Cynthia, what about you, Miss Giggly? Love you.
Oh, Juan does that to me all the time. I'll call him for something, and then he just starts a conversation with someone else. I'm like, hello? Like, I'm on the phone. And I'll just hang up. And then he'll call me back. He's like, why'd you hang up? I was like, you were having a conversation with someone else.
Is that like a normal husband-wife thing now? Does that happen all the time?
With him, it does.
Oh, with him, it does. Melanie just said, Rick, when you responded to that friend, ask him to pick up something for you. So, okay. I don't know if any of you watched the Grammys. I hope you did. Did you watch the Grammys?
I did my homework. I did.
Can I tell you, I was so mad that I missed it. I was so mad. So mad. I missed it because Juan wanted to watch this stupid movie, and I missed the time. And by the time the movie was over, I caught just the ending. And I was so mad.
And that's one of the most talked about parts was that ending, let me tell you.
The ending of the Grammys? What happened at the end?
Celine Dion when she came out.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, that was lovely when she came out. Astor said, Cynthia, I do that to my sister sometimes. So I'm just going to say this. When I think of joyful moments, I keep looking over here because I also invited a couple other people, and I don't know if I'm going to notice them if they come up. I don't know. If they'll text me, I guess. Let me just move my mic. Can you guys hear me okay? Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't like having all of this there. And like I can see you guys here and I can see you there. It's very annoying. Anyways, okay, sorry, technical stuff. So I would show it because I actually have it. Fantasia was amazing.
Yes.
I have it recorded and I have it on my YouTube, and I have premium YouTube so we could watch it. The problem is I think my recording in general would get knocked down, or I'd get a warning or something, because it's owned by CBS and I don't have exclusive rights. But when they do put it up, because they will eventually put it up. Right now, everyone's putting up their phone versions or whatever. Don't do that. But right at the beginning, what I think was amazing, and I've watched it a million times now. Trevor Noah did a great job, blah, blah, blah. They do one award. I think Miley Cyrus wins an award first. And then they go to the next moment and you see the guitar and you see a shadow and you see a Black woman's hand, and we as the TV audience for me, this is the thing about directing that I love, because it creates such an emotional moment. So I'm like, oh my God, it's Tracy Chapman. Oh my God. And she starts playing, but the audience can't see her yet. They can hear the music. And then of course the lights come up and and you hear the roar of the audience. That whole moment was just exquisite. And then of course her voice, her skin, her presence, the song, all of it was just magnificent. And I apologize because I don't remember the gentleman's name, the country music star. What's his name? He's the one that brought the song back, basically, because I'm so sorry. Somebody in the chat, if you can tell me his name.
It's Luke Bryan or Bryant.
What is it?
Something like that. Luke Bryant, I think, or Brian.
Luke Bryant. I'm so sorry.
Luke Combs. You could be right.
Luke Combs.
I don't know, actually.
Let me apologize, because I should know his name. That's very rude of me. I'm going to apologize, because he loved the song since he was a kid. And, Luke Holmes.
Okay.
Thank you, Mario. Thank you. Of course, Mario would know. I said the chat. Mario, can you just tell us every celebrity's name, please? So, and here's what I love about him. Clearly, they've decided she's going to sing one part, he'll sing the next, and they're going to go back and forth. But he can't stop singing, so he's like singing. Yeah. And it's so, you could tell his admiration. And I thought, yes, Alma, such a wonderful moment. It was just, I love all of that. I love those moments of pure joy. So I encourage everyone to watch it and enjoy it. And made me happy. That's all. It made me so happy. I've watched it so many times. I don't know. But those of you that watched, you had issues with Celine Dion, I hear, Rick. What?
Well, first I'll say Miley Cyrus, she got up and she got her award from Mariah Carey. And she was like really happy. Obviously, she's like, you know what? I'm more happy to be up here with Mariah Carey than I'm getting to get this award. So she acknowledged her, like you should give her the respect. She's your predecessor. Respect your people that helped you get to where you are today, blah, blah, blah. Taylor Swift.
I'm just going to give a shout out to the Swifties. I am not getting in the middle of this.
She takes
Swifties. Go ahead.
She takes the award from Miss Celine Dion. Doesn't even look at her like she's the help. Turns around and only cares about her family, her friends and family. Totally ignores her completely, like she ain't even there. I'm like, that's Celine Dion. What are you doing? I don't know. I thought it was rude as heck.
I agree.
Go ahead, Cynthia. Please expound. This is
that was the one part. That was the one part I did get to see, and me and Juan were both watching it. We're both like, did she just like ignore Celine Dion? Had that been me, I would have been like bowing down to the woman. Forget the Grammy, But yeah, I mean, I know she took a picture with her afterwards, backstage, and she said she didn't snub her, that she was just in the moment and she was shocked. And in my head, I'm like, shocked? Really? You've gotten how many Grammys?
Yeah.
So
13th, right? That was the 13th. Her
Yeah, I
lucky
think
number.
so.
I could tell by Andrea's face. She's like, and I don't give a fuck about any of it. Like, I could tell by Andrea's face. Don't give a shit. Like,
I was surprised she didn't say anything, but like I was surprised, and then it left my brain, and I did not think another thought about it. I was like, oh, okay. I'm gonna turn off Billy Joel now.
well, that's mean. Come on, give them props. It's okay.
I'm just gonna say I really, really don't enjoy Billy Joel's music, but it happened to be on and I was doing something else. I was like, okay. I don't have to, it's not John Denver. I don't have to run into the other room or anything like that.
Isn't John Denver dead?
He is, but it's
okay.
like a family joke how much I strongly dislike John Denver.
Okay.
May he rest in peace.
May he rest in sweet peace. My goodness.
I'm sure he was a very nice man. I just don't make me listen to it.
That's so funny.
Anyway, but yeah, so I know a lot was made of it, but I was like, who effing cares? I don't know. I just didn't care. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
We all do.
I know. Everybody cares. And I was like,
all I said was, did everyone watch the Grammys? I said nothing about Taylor Swift.
This was actually the first time that I had watched the Grammys in many, many years, and the kids wanted to watch it. So I was watching it. And I mean, obviously, yes, the Tracy Chapman moment was like, it was fantastic, amazing.
Joni Mitchell.
I mean, it was a really, really good show.
Trevor Noah did a great job.
He did a great job.
Yeah.
And again, I wish people who do the Oscars or whatever would get back to being people who care more about the audience than their own career. I'm sorry. I'm so over comedians who are doing the Oscars and are always worried about how they fare as opposed to how they can make it a joyful thing. I think that's been part of the problem. Melanie just said, how can you not enjoy Billy Joel's music? I think didn't he do Piano Man? I think after that I was kind of
I don't
done.
remember. I mean, it's just
you can tell when Andrea
There's just like, I know, I'm just bitchy like that. There's just certain voices that are like,
yeah. Here's the thing about Andrea. I'm giving you all more information about Andrea. Don't mess with her in music because you're not going to win. You're not going to win. She knows every piece of music. She can tell you whether she likes it or not and why. Don't even fight. It's like me fighting with her watching E.T. It's never going to happen. It's just not going to happen. Just
different strokes for different folks, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'm nothing wrung with it. It's just not for me.
I know. I was shocked when you called me. I think you called me because George Michael had passed away. And you knew that I loved him so much. It was Christmas Day and I was crying my eyes out. And the first person to reach out to me, and because I was sure you did not like George Michael at all. Because that's what I had thought. You know what I mean? Because I was like, I ain't messing with her music. So I'll never forget that. You see how important you is. Like, I don't know anything about you. So Joni Mitchell's song gave me chills. The lyrics were so poignant. Yeah, it was great. Asher said I'm the same, Andrea, with certain voices. Yeah, me too.
I mean, everybody.
Asher said not liking E.T. is a crime, though. Ash, it's not that she don't like it. She will not watch it. I promise you, if she watched it, she would like it. But she won't.
And I don't disagree with that. I don't want to like it. And that's just my,
I know.
It's one of my many flaws. I'm that kind of person. So
when I'm on my deathbed, I'm going to be like, Andrea, please watch. Spielberg's E.T.
She's gonna have a TV right next to the casket playing E.T. the whole time.
That's what she said on one of the other podcasts. She's gonna have it playing at her fucking funeral.
At my funeral. Actually, bitch, it's gonna be playing at your motherfucking funeral. I'm gonna be like to your mama, this is what she wanted.
She loved E.T. That was the one thing she wanted.
She loved this movie so much. She just loved it. Yeah, I loved the Grammys. Look, here's the thing. somebody said the other day, I just feel like they're shoving Taylor Swift down our throats. I'm like, please stop. Like, just stop. Would you leave this young woman alone? All your jealousy and anger and hatred towards this young woman. I don't care whether you like her music or not. The kids do. She is talented. She's not out there showing her titties and her ass. And, she is like, I'm okay with whatever it is she's doing because she's not doing anything to harm anyone. She writes her own music most of the time, right? I mean, she's talented.
And isn't it put up to a vote?
I'm sorry?
Isn't it put up to a vote? It's not like one person decides. Like, it's put up to a vote. And
what decides? What are we talking about? The award?
Oh, the
who
award.
wins?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not even talking about the award. I'm talking about the hatred towards her. I'm just like, everybody's just so angst about this woman who is so talented and amazing and great. And, look at the whole thing with Celine Dion. I want to give people the benefit of the doubt. Now, if she had gone up there and was like, fuck you, give me my, that was horrible. Like if she had done something that I think she was, and this is indicative of what I think is wrong with part of our generation today. We lack consideration. We lack manners. We lack the ability to acknowledge other people. We are very self-absorbed. She's not the only one.
Yeah.
All of us have this problem. And it's part of our society today. It's the reason why we're politically estranged. You know what I mean? I don't know if estranged is the right word, but we're just, we can't talk to each other. We're angry with each other. We can't have conversations with each other. If somebody doesn't like you, it's like, then you have to go and stalk them and be mean and cruel and whatever. Like there's no ability to have grace is what I'm saying. And I'm not going to put that all on this young child who is dealing with, and how old is she? Like 30 something? To me, she's young. And here's what I'm saying. She has been dealing with stardom since she was a kid. And she has been handling it better than most of the veterans in her industry. And she was young when this all happened to her. So I'm not mad at her. Celine Dion is also someone who I think is brilliant enough, fantastic enough to have withstood a small diss or whatever we all think it was. I'm sure Celine is not upset about it. And if she was, I'm sure she's over it by now. She has clearly bigger things to be dealing with.
Oh, yeah.
God bless her. So how did you guys feel, or if you even heard about, oh, wait, Ash asked a question. I'm so sorry. Let me start with Mario. It's media oversaturation and people get burnt out. Turn off the damn media. You're right, Mario, but people can turn it off. Like, that's the thing. Taylor Swift isn't showing up at your house, forcing you to listen to her music. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know one fucking song. The only song I know, let me stop lying, is Shake It Off. When did that come out? That was like a long time ago. And that's only because it crossed over accidentally when I was on Twitter many, many years ago. And I was like, that's a cute song. And I saw the video. That's the only song I know of hers. If you don't want to watch her, you will not find her. I don't see her on my feed ever.
Well, and people dissect, not just with her, with all celebrities. People dissect every movement. They're trying to lip read and see where your hand was and what your eyes were doing. It's like in a millisecond time. You know what I mean? Like the frames of a picture. And it's like, who could withstand that? Who could withstand like people dissecting your every single movement and thing that you said, maybe said, it's just a lot. Everyone just needs to chill out.
Ash just said, I'll play devil's advocate. I respect what Celine Dion has done in music, but I can't stand her voice. Okay. Whoa. Yeah. I mean, she has a beautiful voice. Not my music, not my thing, but I don't hate her music, but and she's also just one of those people who's just had the most tragic life. Yeah. It's just her husband died, her brother died. I mean, just one thing. Now she has this horrible disease that's a rare thing, and I hear you, Ash. But and Mario, I know she's everywhere. I'm just saying she's also everywhere because that's how the algorithm knows that you're watching it. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to blame it on you, but I honestly, on my mother's grave, and I don't say that often, I don't see anything about Taylor Swift until it's the Grammys, and because I'm watching everything on the Grammys. So now the Grammys, but I don't see her stuff every day. And I know football people are all upset. Get over it.
I like Ash's subtle diss, though. A couple of comments down to Taylor. I don't care either way. She seems fine for her age group. Subtle diss.
Well, I mean, but it's true. It's not my music. It's just not my music, and it's fun. But you know what? Half the performances up there weren't my music, so I know I'm getting older because I was like, I have no idea who this is. Like, like this music. You know what I mean? I was like, nice set. Like I must have said that like 3 times. Nice.
Love her hair. I mean, that's the stuff I was doing.
You were looking at their hair.
No idea who this is, but that's a really cute dress.
That's some interesting blood flowing down the walls behind this chick. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know a lot of these people. Melanie said, I want to watch a football game without it being oversaturated with Taylor Swift. Other than her boyfriend, what does she have to do with football? Okay, but my argument for that, Melanie, hear me out here. Taylor Swift is not in control of the cameras. Your argument isn't with Taylor Swift. It's with the NFL, who are trying to use her as a wedge to do this to all of you. They're trying to do it to bring more people into the NFL,
100%.
right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. Be careful of who you're angry with. Taylor Swift, last time I noticed, is not walking around with a camera on her shoulder being like, hey, here I am. You know what I mean? That's the problem. That your anger isn't with her, it's with the NFL. Ash said, I don't watch football either, so I don't see them on my algorithm. Yeah, and I don't listen to her music. I don't, I mean, I know who Kelsey, what's his name? Kelsey Grammer? No, it's not. What's his name? Kelsey.
Frasier. Hey, baby, I hear the blues are calling for salad and scrambled eggs.
We're going to start a rumor. Taylor Swift is dating Kelsey Grammer. Who is she dating? Kelsey. You guys don't even know his name.
I think the last name's Kelchi or Kelsey.
Travis. That's his name. Travis. Travis.
His first name is Travis?
Where's late night parents when you need them?
I know, right? Okay, here's my thing. The reason why I know who this mofo is, I'm going to call him a mofo because the 49ers are going to win. I don't even know. I know we in California, so I'm saying they're going to win. But the reason why is because somehow, and it's not his fault. It's not this man's fault. I know it's not his fault, but he hasn't come out and said anything. Somehow barbers across America, white barbers, are now saying that everybody's coming in to get the Kelsey, what's his name? Travis Kelsey. Kelsey Travis? The Kelsey Travis haircut. What's his first name and what's his last name?
Travis is the first name.
Okay, Travis. So there was an article, I think it was in the New York Times, where they said that they interviewed a barber who's like his barber charges him like $1,000 for his haircut. And he's like, it's so weird because, everybody now wants to come in and get the Travis Kelsey haircut. Motherfucker, that's a fade. Black people been getting a fade since like 1980, bitch. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, are you kidding me? So that's why I know what his name is. Other than that, I knew that they were making a big deal about the football player that was dating, what's her name? But I was like, hell to the no. They are appropriating what is a black man's haircut that they've been getting for decades, and they're giving him the credit, which, we don't need to get into race here, but I'm just saying, that's why I know that mofo's name. And again, not his fault, but I was waiting for him to come out. I put a little subject thing of alerts with his name in it because I'm waiting for him to come and be like, yeah, no, my haircut is it. But he's not going to do that because it's going to diss his barber. It's his barber's fault. Sorry, I got a little emotional because I was very upset about that. I thought that was tacky. He needs to come out and say something. You're all like, really? You're that upset about it? Yes, because that's how it happens. And it wasn't just me. I mean, you can imagine I was upset because I was reading it on The Roots. I was reading it on all these other articles. And then I was like, oh, my God. Then I went to the New York Times article. And the person who wrote it didn't investigate it at all. Yeah. Okay, let's go on to our next subject. I'm a little bit. Leave Taylor Swift alone. but beat up Kelsey Travis, whatever the fuck his name is,
Oh my God.
until he comes out about the fade.
Oh my God, that's funny.
Okay. All right. I was just asking, what are some other moments from television or movies or from our time that you remember that might be joyful? I brought up Prince at the Super Bowl. Unbelievable, joyful moment. You can Google that.
In the
Again,
rain. Yeah.
What?
That was incredible. I said in the rain.
I still think that's the best Super Bowl halftime show.
It can't be topped. Won't be topped.
Yeah. I know.
I actually saw in my feed after watching that, because you sent me the link, they found a video of him as a kid. Like somebody accidentally found. Did you see that?
Which one? There's so many videos that everyone accidentally found. Which one?
He was Prince. It was literally a little kid, and they just were asking different people. Literally. They were asking, like, news people were just asking people questions, and I forgot what they asked him exactly. And he was like, yeah, da, da, da. And then people were like, and they went to people that knew him as a kid, and they were like, oh my gosh. And they called him a different name. I forgot what the name was. And they were like, that's so cute that they don't call him Prince. They called him what they called him when he was a kid. But
and that was a lot. I mean, I saw that. I mean, I remember because he was, I forget what the whole premise was of that, but they were interviewing him or something, but he wasn't Prince. I mean, he was Prince, but he wasn't famous or whatever. I remember that interview. Yeah.
Literally a kid. He wasn't even a teenager. He was little. I know, literally, again, I keep saying
No,
that,
I'm just
sorry.
cracking up. As opposed to pretending he was a kid. I see.
Exactly.
Just, yeah, he was on the local news, but I forget what the subject matter was, but I did see that. Yeah. Prince was amazing. God, he was brilliant. I don't know. But do you guys have other moments that you remember at all? Are you looking forward to Usher at the Super Bowl? Are you going to watch the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I always watch the Super Bowl. But
Who's your
Usher's been on
favorite?
there. He was on there before.
Who?
Usher. He was on there when who else was on there? There was another artist who was the main one, but then Usher came out.
Oh,
Oh, Black Eyed Peas. It was Black Eyed Peas when they were on, and then Usher came out. So this will be his second time, I think.
But he's headlining it, right? I mean, I don't remember the Black Eyed Peas, so it couldn't have been that good. But no, I'm just kidding. You know the Black Eyed Peas? I'm just saying I don't remember. I remember Bono after 9/11, U2. I remember that. That was pretty incredible because he did all the names on the white back screen. And then at the end, which was such a small, and this is why I don't understand why people don't get, you don't have to have 95 naked dancers around, you know what I mean? But all he did was open up his jacket and it had the American flag on it, you know what I mean? And there was just kind of this cool moment where you're like, you know, he's not, I mean, I'm sure he's American, but you know what I mean? It was just a cool moment. And I'm sure he has dual citizenship because he's Ireland, right? He's Irish or whatever. So yeah, that's probably my second favorite. My first favorite is Prince. I think not 9/11, I'm not going to call it that, but U2 after 9/11 was amazing. And then after that, I'm just going to give it to Beyonce. And it was Coldplay, but Beyonce and what's his name came out? Oh, little guy, awesome, Bruno Mars.
Oh. Little guy. The little guy.
He's short, but he's amazing. But they came up, but it was Coldplay. I don't have to, I mean, no offense to Coldplay. Don't need to watch Coldplay. But when they come out and they do the little battle between each other, I thought that was a good moment too. So
the one I liked that was 50-50 was the Jennifer Lopez Shakira. And you know how I feel about Jennifer Lopez. She's,
okay.
That's why I said 50-50. I love Shakira.
Right?
Love Shakira.
We love Shakira. We don't hate Jennifer Lopez.
No, we don't hate her. I just feel like she's kind of been whitewashed in a way.
Ooh.
That's how I feel. I can't speak for anybody else, but I feel like she's been whitewashed. I feel like all the roles that she plays are not Latino roles, and they don't suit her. Like,
you mean like Made in Manhattan? Like, you want me to go down the list of movies? Let me just read some of the comments. So Mario said Prince was talking about oh yeah, okay, I'm sorry. Janet's Super Bowl performance was great other than Nipplegate. I don't remember Janet's because all I remember is the Nipplegate thing. And we love Janet Jackson, and that's why we celebrate her on Super Bowl Sunday, because what do we call it? We have a special name for the day we celebrate Janet Jackson. Alma said I think she's talking about Mr. Kelsey Graham or whatever his name is.
Travis Kelsey.
Travis. He did say he did not invent it, that he only asked for it, and that the person who wrote the article was messed up for putting it out on February 1st and throwing him to the wolves. Okay, because it's also Black History Month, right? And that was the other part of it. So when you say it was the hairdresser, right? I mean, the barber, whatever the right terminology is for hair cutting human beings, because I don't know what it is. Okay, well then I give him credit, but that was horrible. Dr. Dre in LA. Oh,
yeah, that was a good one.
Mario, that was awesome. And yes, you know what that's gonna be? I think I'm gonna put that as like with my Beyonce and Bruno Mars. I'm gonna put them as a tie, but they were, you know what? A little bit. Okay. I revise. I'm gonna put them at 3, and I'm gonna put Bruno Mars and Beyonce at 4, only because they weren't headlining. They joined Coldplay. Oh, thank you so much. Sorry, J-Lo can dance but can't sing, and she leans into the Latina side when it's convenient. I love Shakira too. Here's my feeling on J-Lo. I both want to support her, but then want to beat the crap out of her, because I'm like, why? So here's my problem with any celebrity who's like, oh my God, I just eat well, and this serum is so good. I mean, that's why I keep a healthy glow. Bitch, stop. You know what I mean? Like, you work out every day, 19 hours a day with trainers. You have a chef. You don't clean. I cleaned my bathroom today myself. I cleaned it before I went to work. You know what I mean? I ain't got no nails because I have to type all day long. Like, stop it. And I don't even have it as hard as other people. So it's like, that's what I can't stand, the lies. And it goes into the singing. I mean, they did her wrong when they took away the mic. I don't know if you know that guy on Instagram and TikTok. He takes away the background music so that you can just hear the a cappella. Have you heard that?
No.
Because if you an audio person, you can turn around and you can manipulate. I mean, sometimes because I'm not even good at it, but I can go in and manipulate. Sometimes Rick will say something, I can go in and edit it so that it flows into another sentence, right? Not to change anything, but to take out, us laughing or whatever it is. Okay. So, I'll send you all the link. There's a guy, or maybe it's a woman, but I think it's a man. He takes out everybody's audio. So you hear Whitney Houston. I mean, yeah. Michael Jackson, and I wouldn't have guessed that, by the way. But Michael Jackson's voice on point, whether you like it or not. I've seen Michael Jackson ones, yeah. Point. Yeah. You know what I mean? And he does it with all of them. And he did Jennifer Lopez, and I was like, oh my God, take that down. That's so wrong. Please stop. That's so wrong to do that to her, because it's bad.
Wow.
Yeah. I just saw her. She was on Saturday Night Live last week, I guess.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I will, Ash.
What happened? It's just, she's so bad. She's so bad.
Wait, she was singing?
She was singing. Yeah, she was the musical guest.
Oh,
and so I was watching it with my daughter, and I was, I can't remember what we were saying, and I was like, the thing with Jennifer Lopez is stunning, badass dancer. Girl can dance. Girl can move. Obviously a performer. Turn that shit down, honey. We don't want to hear it.
And look, I have no problem with people who are performers, because there are differences, right? Madonna is a performer.
Yeah.
I don't think Madonna has the best voice. Don't come at me, Madonna people, do not. But that woman can absolutely sing in her range. She doesn't try to do what she can't do. And I don't think she's using auto-tune, maybe older as she's gotten older. But I don't know. I'm not that big of a fan. What I'm saying is she stays in her lane. But I do want to address something that Alma said, and this is where I feel bad because I'm gonna defend J-Lo a little bit, and I hate having to do this. Okay, the problem with Hollywood is Hollywood still, to this day, they're getting better at it, still believes that when you say Latino, a Latino actor or actress, all you get are roles made for white Latino people. You know what I mean? Unless you're playing some Mexican gangbang or something, you know, a guy, then they're like, oh yeah, we need the ones with tattoos and blah, blah, blah. But like, I'm Latina. I've never gone out for a Latino role that I got. And even when I went to audition, they were like, oh yeah, no, why did your agent send you in? Because I'm Africana Latina, right? Afro Latina. So we're still in that place where we are still not accepting that there are just so many flavors in the Latin community. And so the reason why I'm going to defend J-Lo a little bit is she going to take the roles that she can get. Look at, people don't realize this. I've talked about this before. Martin Sheen, who I love with all my heart, old school actor, is Latino. He changed his name so that he could get roles. Now you're talking about back in the day, but I mean, he did the whole West Wing, all these movies. You know what I mean? And everyone up until recently thought he is just American white. You know what I mean? But he's Latino. That means his sons are Latino, right? So Charlie Sheen and Emilio Estevez, who did keep his name. So Hollywood is evolving, you know what I mean? So my only problem with putting that on J-Lo is I think she is in that I mean, we're beyond it, but Jessica Alba, people don't realize she's Latina. You know what I mean? Like, there are so many people that can pass, that will take whatever roles they can get. And then when it's convenient, walk into the Latino community. And I want to blame them, but I'm here. And so I see that and I understand it. But I have enough on J-Lo to be angry with her. So I'm on your side. I'm on team Alma and everybody else because I don't like the lying. And you don't have to be so overt about it. You know, I don't think she can speak Spanish either. Her husband, her ex-husband, no, is it her husband now?
Ben Affleck's her husband.
Speaks Spanish better than she does.
Wow.
I mean, he is fluent, like fluent. Yeah.
Wow.
You know, not that I'm saying you have to speak Spanish to qualify as a Latino, because that's not my point either. Right. I would fail, although I do speak Spanish, but I'm saying. But it's just an interesting thing. Like when you hear him speak Spanish, I was like, he's got all the intonations and the culture and whatever. And I'm like, and she's kind of in that middle stage, you know, so I don't know.
She can't speak
Spanish. Kind of cute though.
The first time I ever saw her was in Living Color, dancing. J-Lo.
That's where we all saw her. That's where she got her start. And then she did Selena, and she was amazing in Selena. Which is amazing. You know, like that's how she got her thing. And then I don't know what happened. Jenny from the Block got it all up in her head or something. Remember that song?
Oh, I remember that
Jenny
one.
from the Block or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, well, I feel bad that we hating on J-Lo. We're not hating you. We want you to do better. By all of us. It's Andrea who hates you,
and we want you to do better. In the words of Sean Carter.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. You know what? She's you know, people ask her to sing. People ask her to. I don't know. I don't get it.
My mom saw her in concert.
Oh my God.
At the Forum. And loved it, by the way. She was into it.
Okay, well, so we're missing something. I
mean, you know, it was like a ladies' night out, and I'm glad she went. And it sounded, you know, I was like, this woman has a better social life than I do. But
this is true. Because didn't your mother get us tickets to various different things? I was gonna name one, and then I realized I was promoting that motherfucker. Yeah, that's what I was like. Yeah, we're gonna erase that. She did for
by smelling perfume.
I'm sorry.
What Ash said. She read what Ash said.
She has a nice smelling perfume.
Nice smelling perfume. Yeah,
hey, you know what? That's important.
She was doing some weight loss thing. I think that's when I lost it. There was some weight loss thing that you know, the minute an actor of any caliber, any celebrity of any caliber sells weight loss shit, I'm done. I'm done. because it's a outright lie, all of it. Yeah.
She can't sing, but she smells good.
She smells good. Well, I'm so glad
smelling bad.
Like, I'm gonna call this like dissing J-Lo.
I do
No,
feel bad.
really.
And I've just talked about. I've hated on all of these people. I need to talk about some people I like.
Okay, who are some people you like? Tell us who your favorite musical artist is.
Oh, well, my favorite is Chris Cornell, who, as we know,
who
passed away several years ago. But
After
that was
George
my,
Michael.
my one who I loved. And actually, it's really sad. I find it really difficult to listen to his music now.
You do. See, I'm the opposite. Well, first of all, I got more comfortable listening to Chris Cornell after he passed away, like in honor of you, because I knew you were so upset.
Yeah.
But wow, I love listening to him. That's so weird. And I love listening to George Michael. Like, I listen to George Michael every day.
Yeah, we listen to a lot of George Michael around here, and I always turn it up and think of you. But I like here and there I can listen to a few songs, but I used to listen to his music every day.
Yeah, I think you need to have a good cry to it and then find the joy in it. I mean, I'm not trying to be like bump, but I'm being serious. I think that's probably you
his music isn't super joyful. So.
No, I know, but you have to, but I don't mean that. I mean because I think that's what I mean for me. I had to get through it too, and I was crying through George Michael's music, and Prince was even harder. I'm not gonna lie, that was a harder thing because I don't know why that was harder. Prince was first. It was David Bowie, Prince, and George Michael. And it was like that same 12 months. It wasn't the same year because I think David Bowie was January.
Yeah.
I forget.
He was in January.
But yeah, and it was like that. But I cried a lot for Prince. I don't know why it bothered me so much more, but then I got through it. And then I feel like the music brings me happiness now. And George Michael, he does have music that is joyful. So it's easy.
Yeah.
Let me see. Mario said they ate her up for using the N-word in one of her. I'm not. But we're not going to talk about her no more because it's true. It's just true. It's stupid shit. Suzanne Summers rocked the workout though. Why are we talking about Suzanne Summers?
What workout? What are we talking about?
Wait, what happened with Susan Summers? She meant Suzanne Summers, right?
Does that have something to do with J-Lo?
With J-Lo?
I don't know.
Ash, you got to give us more information. Chris Cornell was great.
Context.
He wrote it for others to relate to, hard to hear given his passing, but a beautiful intent. Yeah, Prince was devastated.
Yeah, that was hard. He was like, he seemed invincible, I guess, right? Something about it just felt like he's never going to go. And then it was so sudden and surprising.
It was genius. He's such a genius. I don't know. It was weird. Go ahead, Rick. I'm sorry.
For me, it was Whitney. I was like, you're lying. Stop it.
That's right.
You're
Whitney.
lying. I could not believe it. I was like, you're lying. Who killed her? It's like, no way. Tell me she killed her? No. I was so upset.
But you knew she was in a lot of trouble.
But she was trying to get better, I thought.
Well, the last time I spoke to her before her passing, I'm just saying here I love Whitney too, but the thing that bothers me about Whitney, and again, send me direct messages, it's fine. I do read them. I don't always respond, but of all the people on the planet that she could have associated herself with. I'm just saying, no offense to Mr. New Edition. I just was like, those two seemed to just not be in a good place with each other when it came to drugs. And I just did not understand the whole Bobby Brown and her connection. And it just devastated me because it felt like that combination. I'm not blaming him. I'm saying, when you see two people who might be toxic, and then you would just hear the stories. And I was like, and then I think I saw her on some performance. I didn't see her in person, but I was watching a performance and she couldn't get to that vocal place. And that's when I knew, I'm like, the drugs are just messing up her vocal cords now. You know what I mean? Because she's not rehearsing, she's not using, whatever it is that happens, it just made me so sad. Ash said, yes, Whitney Houston was sad. And then her daughter.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Didn't they die in like the same way too?
I think it was like on the same day or something to the year.
way. And she was in a coma for a long time. I mean, it was just so sad.
Yeah. The good news is that Bobby Brown is doing better and he's getting himself, I guess, on track. Again, last time I spoke to him. So I don't know, like, just saying through the trade magazines or whatever we read, you know what I mean? But he, you know, I think New Edition is doing they're going to go on tour soon. So, you know, let's see. But yeah, it's just this is not how come my show is not full of joy every day? How we get here? We started with joy with Tracy Chapman. Let's end there too, because here's the thing. She got her flowers, man. When you watch it, her eyes all glistening. She seems so happy. It just felt so full circle. I wish for one of those moments for myself. No, I don't be singing live.
She's smiling, you know, as like everyone, like that to me, that's why I love going to live shows, right? Like you love a song, you love an artist, and that you feel like they give you so much.
Right.
And you have this experience together, and if you can see that smile and you see them receive it, you feel like you're giving something back.
Yeah.
And it's just this really like beautiful synergy between you and the artist, you like collective you, the group and the artist. It was just such an amazing, beautiful moment.
Yeah.
To actually be able to see it, like you said, like to see her receive that was so amazing.
There's been music that I listened to and I was like didn't care for it, but then when I heard them live, all of a sudden I was like, oh, I like them now. It's weird.
Are you saying that about Fast Car?
No.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what you're from. I'm like, oh, so you never heard Fast Car? Is that what I'm hearing? I'm reading. Let me see. Mario said it was Whitney's brother who introduced her to the drugs. He admitted that later. It doesn't matter who introduced her to I've been introduced to drugs, but you know, you hang around with other people doing drugs, it makes it harder for you to walk away. I'm just saying, I don't know if that relationship was as good for, again, I'm not blaming him. I'm just saying it's such a waste. But, you know, I don't know how the world works. I don't know how all of this functions. I miss Whitney. I miss her. I listen to her music all the time, too. Her voice was so soulful and unique. And her voice was perfection. Her voice was perfection. And I think the only other person I would say that about that can hit every note, it's not even hitting notes. It's like knowing the notes to hit would be Barbra Streisand. You know what I mean? Like you just sing and you know where you're going and it makes sense to anyone listening to it. That's how I felt about Whitney and that's how I feel about Barbra Streisand. Like, doesn't matter whether you like the songs or not. It's just, that is gifted. Yeah. That is gifted and then worked on and perfected.
Yeah. And she knew how to make songs her own too, with her own style to it. You know, she could take I Will Always Love You, a country song by Dolly Parton, and put her own flavor on that thing. And man, that became a hit. We all know that.
One of her best songs was singing the national anthem.
Oh, I could watch that over and over.
Like,
yes.
How can you make that something where I'm crying? Like, you know what I mean? What music brings you joy? Ooh, good question. Let's start with Cynthia, who has not spoken enough, so it's going to make it really hard for my clips. No, I'm just kidding.
I like all kinds of music, but like anything that's upbeat and anything that can make you like think of memories. Like if I'm listening to 80s songs, think of good memories from the 80s and things like that.
Oh, you know what I heard the other day? Shout, let it all out. Was that Tears for Fears?
Yeah.
That sounds right.
What's one of your favorite songs from back then?
Ooh. September from Earth, Wind and Fire is one of my favorites. It's one of my favorites. And then Lover from Prince.
Oh, what song from Prince? I'm sorry, what?
Lover.
Oh, yeah.
That's my absolute favorite song from them.
Andrea? Not counting Chris.
What music brings me joy is like primarily like dance music. I've been listening to Tina Marie a lot lately. So
really?
Yeah. I need to love it. You know, I'm like like you just in the car, like it immediately pulls you in and you're just dancing. Like that's the music that is just super joyful for me. But that's for whatever reason. I was on a road trip and I was like, let's just listen to the 80s R&B. And then she came up and I was like,
Marie is the bomb.
let's just listen to Tina Marie for 4 hours. Yes.
Tina Marie was one of those people that when I found out she was white, I was like, what? What is happening? but she is invited to the cookout for sure. Like George Michael was. But I have to say this, and I people gonna be like, what is Carmen's issue with Andrea? But if somebody gave me a multiple choice test and was like, Carmen, let's see how well you know Andrea, I would fail every time. Like, there's no way I would have been like, she loves dance music and she listens to Tina Marie. Never, not once in a million years, not once. But let me reverse it. If I turned it around and they gave you multiple choice, actually, I think all of you in the room would be like,
George Michael's Prince.
Oh, okay, who's the third one? Who's my third favorite? Do you know?
Oh.
I wonder if Andrea knows.
I'm
Top
thinking
three.
about it. I don't know. Off the top of my head, I have to really dig
Died a
in.
long time ago.
Michael Jackson.
No. Although I do like Michael Jackson, but no. I don't think I don't know if you guys would know, but when I say it, you'll know. You don't want to take a guess? Died a long time ago, part of a band. They did a movie about him.
Now you're throwing me off. I don't know.
Yeah. Nope, not Michael Jackson.
Wait.
All right, well, I'll think about it for a little bit. We got to get to Rick and find out what
a movie about him.
they did. A
Johnny
movie.
Cash?
The Doors.
Yes, Cynthia.
There's
That's
Tony.
it. Hey, Tony, how you doing, baby? Yes, Johnny Cash was the right. Wow. Freddie Mercury, Queen.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Okay, no, I would not have guessed that.
Really? Oh, yeah. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Oh, absolutely. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's like I would say that's my favorite band, or but it's Freddie Mercury and every single song. There's not. It's just. Yeah, I pick them over the Beatles any day of the week and twice on Sundays. No offense to Beatle fans, but like when people talk about the Beatles, I'm like, if I'm gonna go into that world over there, it's gonna be Freddie Mercury and Queen.
See, I would have said for me Queen and the Bee Gees. Every song of the Bee Gees.
Oh, the Bee Gees. Ooh, Ray Charles, good one. Bee Gees are getting a new kind of revamp. Music's out there again. Somebody redid a song or something, and they're out there again.
Well, there's a documentary
Ooh,
too. Have you seen that, Cynthia? The documentary. It's on HBO.
No.
I think it's good. Really good.
Oh, yeah, watch that.
Yeah.
Wait, Mario, you said something. Oh, Housequake by Prince. I missed it. I'm sorry, sweetie. Okay, I don't know what's going on over here with this. I'm going to stop looking at that and look at this. Rick, not including gospel music, because I know you're going to say, well, mine is Christian. So we know you love Christian music. So tell us your Christian music and then tell us your other people who don't listen to Christian music.
I mean, I'm kind of like what Cynthia said. I like upbeat, and I do like the dancey kind of stuff, even though I don't dance. But I like it because it puts me in a good mood. Gives me a little pep in my step a little bit. Like Smile, for example. That's why I like that song a lot. Yeah, he's a good one, obviously.
What's your favorite Whitney? I never asked you that.
Whitney? Oh my gosh.
Oh, I want to dance with somebody.
That's good too. Oh, I saw the funniest video of it was a grandma holding a 3-year-old, and they had that music playing in the background. And then they showed the granddaughter, when the grandma was really old, holding the grandma and dancing to the song.
Oh,
She held the
you
grandma.
sent that to me, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Sent that to me, yeah.
That was so cute, so cute.
I
I like Whitney and Mariah, the old Mariah. I think I said this before. The old Mariah.
don't know why you have to qualify it that way.
Because some of the
What
new
is-
stuff
what
is
happened to her?
It's different. I don't know.
Look at Tony's like favorite songs.
He's like, I'm here all day. He's all here all
I'm
day.
here all day. I don't know, Mario. Mario asked, how do you feel about the Broadway version of Purple Rain coming? Here's what I'm going to say. I trust Broadway. But, you're gonna make me hate you if you do him wrong. But I know that they can't do it without the family's okay. So I hesitate. Favorite Whitney song? You still haven't told me. I'm gonna say it's The Greatest Love of All for me, but go ahead.
I mean, there's almost nothing she sings that I don't really like a lot. I mean,
The
it's hard to pick one. I like all her stuff.
Of all, I can't sing. It's easy to, it's so funny when I'm in my car though. I can sing.
Everybody sings good in the car and in the shower. I believe
Like if
the
they did that with
children are
me,
future.
they did my music and then they had me in the car and then they took out I would sound as good as J-Lo.
That's funny.
Oh, my love is your love and your love is my love. I know that song. That's a good song. I know the scene that they won't do. What? I know the scene that they won't do. What are you talking about, Tony?
I think he's talking about the Broadway.
Oh, he's talking about Purple Rain. Purple Rain. I got you. Yes, I'm sorry. Okay. Rick?
Just the other day, I saw Whitney. It was just a clip of Whitney with Enrique Iglesias, the son.
Mm-hmm.
And nothing against Enrique, but she sang circles around that man. I'm sorry.
But she could sing circles around anybody.
That's true.
Okay, we're not getting off of here until I hear your favorite Whitney song.
I'll just pick one. I Will Always Love You. I know it's corny, but
You want me to sing that for you too? Okay, ready?
okay.
And wait.
Pretend you're singing it to Kevin Costner.
You know what's so funny? The thing is, I know I can't sing. I know I can't. I don't even pretend. You know what I mean? But that's the hardest song to even try to keep tune.
Shut up, Tony.
I don't even have the breath for it. Corny Rick. Jeez.
Shut up, Tony. But you know what was funny about that song was all these people would say, call the radio, I want to dedicate this to my girlfriend. They're like, you realize this is a breakup song, right?
It is a breakup song. It is. It's still a beautiful song, though.
It is.
It's the way she sings it that's so beautiful. I will say that I listened to Dolly Parton's version, and I find it fascinating. Like, I would have never, like, this is where I think the genius is. You hear a song, and then you're like, oh, you know what? I could cover that, or I could do it differently, or I could. Again, I have much respect and love for Dolly Parton, but I would have never taken her song and been like, I can do that justice and make it into a R&B love song. You know what I mean? Never. And so I think that's the genius of it, right? Being able to take something that somebody wrote. Ash said, I love the goats that am I reading this wrong? I love the goats that do I Will Always Love You. What is happening? What?
So they have goats.
Is she trying to say greatest of all time?
No, they'll be like the right when Whitney starts to sing and like the climax part. So they're playing the song and all of a sudden but when they go to the goats go like they make these stupid noises.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's stupid. It's funny.
I get upset when people mess with people's songs, but I get you. Okay, so it's actually goats.
Yeah,
oh, you mean goats like greatest of all times? They can't do the song, or you mean actual?
No,
goats?
I think she means goats.
She means actual goats.
Actual goats.
She's gonna send it to you.
No, don't send it to me. Rick knows. Do not send me crap. I don't got time. I don't want to watch crappy stuff. I don't want to watch that. She's like, she's now definitely gonna send it to me. I know. Okay. Well, we're past the hour mark. I appreciate everyone. This went really fast.
It really did.
But it was fun and light, and I just do want to bring it back to Tracy Chapman. Thank you for that beautiful moment, Tracy. And I forgot his name, Mr. Holmes. Luke Holmes.
Luke. We'll just call him Luke.
Holmes.
Luke. That was just a beautiful moment, and I'm so glad we got to share that collectively. Dolly Parton's version feels extra tragic. Shout out to Kevin Costner for asking Whitney to do it. Yeah, shout out for Kevin Costner for also asking her to do this movie, The Bodyguard, and taking her out of her element. Again, I don't think she was a great actress, but It was a good movie. It was fun, and that album was crazy, amazing. She had so many singles out of that album. Okay, bye everyone. Sherlock. What is he just talking about? I don't know, Tony. You're gonna have to text me later. I don't even know what you mean. Okay, good night, everyone, and remember, it's all about the joy. We'll see you next week. Thank